Okay, I think we have everything set up. Drinks, food, and especially the snacks. I even made sure to get all your favorites, because hey, that's what best friends do. I can see you've already eaten half of them. I've got even more downstairs in the snack cupboard, by the way. You know where it is. You've been over to my house like a million times. Anyways, now our sleepover can finally begin. So, before we watch a movie and snuggle or something, I mean, hey, if you're up to it, that is, you know, just as best friends snuggling. But anyways, what I'm getting at here is, I was wondering if you could actually help me out with something first. See, I've been writing this story, right? And I was wondering if you could sort of give me your feedback, you know? Well, it's still in the early stages, it's more of an outline really. But anyways, I was thinking if I could run you through the main plot points and you could tell me your thoughts. Would that be alright with you? Great, that's great. I'm really glad to hear it. Okay, so where do I begin? Well, first of all, I guess I should give you the main character. So she's a girl with hair color just like mine, and she lives in a house just like this one. And she has this friend, right, with eye color just like yours. In fact, she's very deeply, madly in love with this friend. She sees her as much more than just a friend. But the friend is very dense and never seems to realize it. In fact, this friend seems to be kind of slow to read between the lines in general. Okay, so, what do you think of my character so far? Nothing's wrong with her so far, right? Anyways, so this girl is madly in love with her friend, and I'm talking about 200% crazy, head over heels, absolutely nuts in love. And her friend is making her lose her marbles. But I mean, hey, that's not the only thing they'll hopefully make her lose, but it'd be really difficult since the friend is so dense. Anyways, so the girl really loves her friend, but she can't confess because what if she gets rejected? She could never take that. It could even ruin their friendship. Maybe that's the real emotional connection she has. Everything in life feels so fake and lifeless. So, she doesn't really have the heart to confess directly. There's too much she could lose. So, she tries that sort of feel things out, if you get what I'm saying. She tries to make little allusions here and confessions there, trying to test her friend's reaction, seeing if it's okay to confess yet. Sometimes she even flirts in sort of an indirect way. But of course, her friend is hopelessly dense, so this sort of method never really works for her. She even asks to snuggle a lot, and when she gets to, she makes these flirty remarks like, "You're so good at snuggling. I wish I was the type of girlfriend who had someone to snuggle like you," or something like that. The friend still doesn't get it, of course. And the girl does everything. She even always makes sure to keep all of the friend's favorite snacks in her cupboard. But of course, the significance goes unnoticed. Okay, so now, what do you think of my main character? Right? So good so far. She didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with her trying to be indirect and test the waters. Nothing wrong with trying to protect her relationship and her happiness. If anything, the friend should really notice her feelings, am I right? But I'm still not done, so let me get on with the story. So the girl just really can't get enough of her friend. She wants to be romantic with them. She wishes they were a couple, but she just can't seize that dream. So she fantasizes a little bit. You know, innocent little fantasies. Everyone has them about their crush, right? She does too. Innocent little fantasies like holding hands with them, hugging them, getting married to them. But that's still not enough. And she just wants her friend to bring that fantasy a little bit into reality. So she takes a photo of her and her friend together. And then she edits it a little bit to make it look like a wedding photo. Wedding dress and all. And it makes her so happy to finally have a little bit of that reality to her fantasy. You know, something tangible. She looks at that photo every day, every night. She makes it her phone background. She frames a copy and even sleeps next to it. It's the only thing that gives her peace of mind when she's usually such an insomniac from not getting her happily ever after. But she can't be satisfied with that. Not just a photo. It's still missing something. Her fantasy just isn't physical enough. So, she thinks of all the times she's snuggled her friend and how lovely it would feel to feel like that even when they weren't around to snuggle. So she thinks about her friend's sweater, and if how she wore that, it'd feel sort of like she was snuggling them. And she needs that. She needs that very, very much. So one day, when her friend isn't paying attention, she ever so slightly swipes the sweater and replaces it with a nearly identical one. And she gets away with it completely. She keeps a straight face for the entire day. She smiles at her friend like usual. She laughs with them like usual. And they don't suspect a thing. And she loves the sweater. She treasures it and cherishes it and goes to sleep wearing it every single night, pretending like it's her friend all around her and not just their sweater. And I would ask you what you think about her right now, but I already know the answer. It's fine. She's fine. She didn't do anything wrong. She's just acting out of love. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with loving her friend who has your eye color, who has your hair color, who happens to love the exact same snacks as you. There's nothing wrong with the main character being a little romantic. But it's just because she's so romantic, she can't settle down. She can't be happy with just the sweater, and as great as it still is a sweater, you know, it's just a sweater. It's not the real thing. And she is just so torn that she can't spend more time with her friend. Every second she's away from them, it's eating her inside, little by little, all the time, and she just can't take it anymore. She wants to spend every waking second with them, but obviously that's not possible. So she starts watching that friend. And it starts with just watching them from behind the bushes first. And then maybe behind a car or something. And she wakes up smiling every day, knowing that today she can watch her friend again. Then after a little while, she gets an idea. She sets up cameras. Very, very hidden cameras. The kind you wouldn't notice. She sets them up all over places that her friend frequents, and, of course, she makes sure there's especially plenty in their room. So now, she can watch them all the time. They probably wouldn't let her sleep over every day, right? That would be unreasonable. But now she can watch her friend fall asleep every single day. It's almost like they're a couple. But they're not. They're not a couple. She's a great character, right? You don't have to say anything because I already know. She's fine. She's fine. She didn't do anything wrong. But, like I was saying, they're not a couple. And in a way, watching your friend all the time through cameras makes her extremely aware of that. Because yes, she can see all the things her friend does, but it also shows her that all the attention they get from other people, and she just feels so neglected. When she sees them sharing meals with others, she thinks, that should be me sharing that meal with them. And when she sees them laughing and joking with others, she thinks that should be me. And when she sees them talking to others, she thinks that should be me. And she tries to keep it together. Of course she tries. She's never done anything wrong. She tries to bury her feelings deep down within her heart, because she doesn't want to hurt those people coming in between them and her friend. Even though she might. She doesn't want to be destructive or harmful, especially not around her sweetheart. But there's no way to keep a burden like that all inside, right? Her jealousy, her resentment towards the feelings of neglect, they all get a little bit heated day after day until inevitably the thing boils over. So, she invites her friend over to a sleepover. Just like this one, in fact. And the one thing she wants more than anything is just to be accepted. But it's so hard to even ask for that. Even if she tries to be direct, she just stutters like a bumbling idiot. So, she confesses about her feelings. She confesses about all the things she did. But she does it in a very indirect way. She confesses of this as if it was a character in one of the stories that she felt. And the character did all of those things and not her. But she's worried. She's still so worried. What if she isn't accepted? What if they try to run away? So, she has a backup plan. She has some rope that she keeps under her bed. It looks just like my bed right here. And she's drugged the snacks that her friend ate earlier. You know, the very same kind of snacks that you'd helped yourself to just now. That way, they can't even get away, even if they wanted to. But why would they want to? She didn't do anything wrong, don't you think? So, what do you think the friend will do now? Are you going to leave?